There we go. Our intro is not working, Vince.
Okay.
That's what I'm over here trying to figure
Hey,
out. There it
it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
is. We're back for number 80. 80 episodes.
It's crazy, huh? How we
We've done a few. There's a couple bonus episodes in there too, but in 80 hours.
We've had a couple lost episodes too, though.
No, we pretty much. I don't think we've ever lost one completely.
I thought well, there was one that was really bad. Yeah, but I think we did upload it.
Yeah, I think that was audio only back then.
Yeah,
Though,
yeah.
But yeah, 80 episodes.
Yeah, that was before video.
And it's what, July 30th. We've been going pretty strong for almost 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Time flies.
Lots of news been happening too. I got a lot of video to share with us tonight, and but what have you guys been up to? You see anything out there? What are you bringing to the table tonight, Leo? Have you guys been keeping up on the assassination attempt? All the new information coming out?
Yeah, some of it.
A little bit, yes and no, just because I don't watch TV. You know, I watch not Coco, but I watch Coco, you know, and that's stuff with the kids. So just whatever I see, you know, like through social media and stuff like that, through what other people pick up, you know. So I just kind of read what other people put down and put out there through the universe. So, and then I just take a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I just I create my own theories and my own.
So what did you come up with? What you come up with anything new?
Here lately, no, it's just what the Olympics kind of got in my way for a little bit. But
Oh God,
I
let's
saw
not
that
get on that yet.
I read about it for like 2 minutes, and then I was like, yeah, this is.
The opening. The opening's got everybody's attention.
Yeah.
I didn't see the opening. I didn't see anything like that. I just read something. That's all I did.
Yeah.
I read something. And I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. I'm not gonna watch this.
The opening was disgraceful.
Assassination, you know, about the kid and stuff like that. I say kid because it's 20-year-old boy.
He's a kid.
Yeah.
What about him? Like, I don't have mainstream media. I mean, I've got some video here about the timeline of events, breakdown in the Secret Service. But as far as the kid goes, you know, for the most part, I mean, well, Google right now is censoring the subject. Oh, yeah. Google right now, if you search Trump assassination attempt, all kinds of other historical assassinations or attempts have come up, but nothing. Trump's not at the top of the list.
Video and stuff like that.
Well, because they don't want to be thrown out there. But as far as the search engines go, if you search that on a search engine, the top hits aren't going to be actually what you're looking for. They're gonna they filter it out. And it's a problem when those kinds of companies and platforms have so much power.
Yeah.
Sure, you know, they could.
You got the most of the news stations are just feeding you what their agenda is, their point of view, what they want you to see.
But then we're ready to criticize. You know, people be ready to criticize about other places are ran over across the seas. You know how they're what was that one guy about letting the people see the news of what was really going on and stuff like that.
I don't know, but they all do that. Dictators do that,
But that's what I'm saying.
the North Korean dictator. Yeah.
So I feel like this administration, this is just me, just thinking just right now, that's what they're doing. That's what they're creating. You know, like oh, we don't like that. Guess what? We're gonna put you out real quick. Watch. Do you think that that's kind of what they're going through, their path? I mean, I don't know. I just think.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
They want to turn this into a communist country.
Yeah, well, new numbers come out about South America, and it shows like the change in GDP for like Venezuela compared to Brazil, and the difference between socialism and democracy, kind of. And Brazil's GDP has gone through the roof. Meanwhile, Venezuela is the poorest country in South America now. And Maduro is being accused of election fraud. Of course, he's a dictator, you know. So, but other countries like Milei from Argentina, he's throwing it out there, and even Elon Musk took away the gray check mark from his name because he's not affiliating him with the government because it was a fraudulent election. And other countries are starting to speak out, but it'll be interesting how that plays out in South America because you've got hot and cold, oil and water going on down there when you got like The one country, Ecuador or El Salvador, that's now running off Bitcoin, and their economy's booming. Argentina's economy's booming since Milei took in, or whatever his name is, got in office and started cutting government spending back and corruption. And it's either going to erupt into a volcanic mess, or I think it might clean it up. Might clean up South America. I don't know. Let me see. What do I got here?
Crazy how time doesn't stop. That's one thing that doesn't stop. It just keeps clicking. It's like you gotta move fast. Even though you don't want to move fast, you have to move fast to be able to keep up.
Speaking of moving fast, what's your shirt, Leo? That's pretty
It
much.
says a boat for the felon.
And
And in the bag it says 2.5.
yeah, where'd you get the shirt from?
So if you go to eatingwithconnections.com, search right there, and then go right at the top, left hand corner.
Little shop button,
little
yeah.
shop button. And then there'll be 3 different shirts, groups of shirts that you can pick from. One of them is made from just for Eating with Connections, another one is
TGI now.
TGI Now podcast. For hours too.
Yeah. We designed it so everybody's got their little apparel that when you buy apparel, and if it's branded with one or the other, the way we kind of agreed upon it is half of it, if there's any profits, which is like $2 on a shirt, because it's just nothing's cheap anymore, but half of it goes towards the website, pushing our stuff out there, and because having the website and the domain's not free, and then the other half goes towards the podcast that it's supporting. So pennies on the dollar, or whatever, dollars on the 100. But in the end, if it keeps the website going and us doing what we do with the small business spotlight on Indian River Connections and touching people with to the point, yeah, check out the apparel. Anyways, not to get off subject. No. We were back to the felon. I mean, thankfully he's not actually going to be a felon. Right. But he would be crucified if it was up to the left.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, what were you going to say, Leo? Sad part is what?
I will never know the exact story.
Right.
He's the only one that knows who got paid, or somebody got paid. So he got reeled into this, into this cheese, he was a little rat.
Yeah.
Said he ate cheese, and they put the cheese right on top of there. He ate the cheese, and
Bottom line, it's even what he's accused of is nothing different than what any big businessman does on a regular basis.
Okay, so how many charges?
It was, I don't know.
Who knows?
Tons.
It was up
like
into the
100
70s or 90s.
Yeah, it was close,
wasn't it?
getting
Yeah.
close to 100.
Yeah, but
It was under 100,
most
but-
of them are shut down now because there's just no validity to them.
But who beat him though? Who's got more felonies on?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
What was the
but
guy that used to run the cartel?
they're not actually a felon until you're sentenced, though. So even though he was convicted, he never made sentencing before the Supreme Court ruled the presidential immunity. And that's when the House of Cards started coming down for the Biden administration.
What was the guy that was like running the cartel for a very long time? He was
El Chapo.
El Chapo. Probably
Chapo.
doesn't even have that many felonies charges against him.
I don't know, but
serious.
let's
look that up.
back to the assassination, though. Don't you find it funny? Have you caught any of the new information out there about the kid and about the breakdown in security? Oh man, well there's a clip from Fox News here. Let's watch this clip real quick.
Time from July 13th, Butler, Pennsylvania. Here we go, 9 o'clock in the morning on that Saturday. There was a meeting scheduled apparently, and the United States Secret Service did not show up. And who were they meeting with? Sniper teams from 3 different counties that surround Pittsburgh, Allegheny County. That's Butler County, Beaver County, and Washington County. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 hours later, all those sniper teams, those 3 locals now, get on a group chat. 4:26 in the afternoon. Here's the Beaver County sniper. He ends his shift. Why he ends that shift at that hour, I do not know. But he ends his shift and then alerts the teams of a suspicious person at a picnic table. And then at 5:38 now, the Beaver County sniper sends the pictures of the suspect sitting at that table, so to be on the lookout. This is a full hour now before Trump comes out. 5:45, here we go. Beaver law enforcement recommends they alert command. All right, that's 26 minutes at 5:45 before 6:11 and the first shots are fired.
Yeah, so that's kind of none of that makes any sense. Did you catch that? I mean, we can play it again because if I'm not mistaken, why would
No, is why did that guy go on break?
Right, or end his shift.
and
Why didn't they meet with them like they're supposed to?
right, and why would he be alerting to a suspect all while?
And it all
I gotta
just
fix this
confirms
thing.
that they knew they could have stopped this long before it happened.
The time management.
It was,
poorly.
well, it was all planned.
Like they said, like the time
And I'm
doesn't match up.
telling you that kid had information that he could do this. Oh yeah, for sure. He didn't just figure this out and outsmart all these freaking people. This was all. It was an inside job. He did not act alone, like they say.
Yeah, how could you outsmart the Secret Service?
But the sad part is, I don't think he did. I think they were looking right at him. This is how blatant, like a
but they
gross
were told-
misconduct of their duties.
They were told not to act.
yeah,
they were
but
told to
man,
stand
it's
down.
like,
That's an inside job. They're not all in on it. I'm not saying every Secret Service person
Yeah.
was in on it,
But see,
but they're being told to stand down.
But see, they should have taken Trump off the stage when they first saw him.
he should have never even hit the stage because they were already aware of him.
Right. So
Yeah.
there you go, right there and then. Like, come on. He was only on the stage for what, like a minute or so?
Yeah, I think he was a minute into his speech, maybe a minute and a half. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
And then the FBI is going to be like, well, we don't know if he was shot in the air.
They finally confirmed
It's
that
like,
it was a
come on.
bullet, but they had to do this whole investigation.
Well, yeah, because they got to spend our money.
Right, and I'm sitting there, even if it was shrapnel, who the fuck cares at this point?
Yeah,
Does
he
it
was
matter?
shot. There was
if-
a shooter.
Does it
at a
matter
Trump
if it was
rally,
the actual bullet or shrapnel? Does it even matter?
Right.
I wonder how much money that investigation cost. Probably $100 million
Probably. But yeah, nobody's talking about that, right?
of the taxpayers' money.
Nobody's talking about that. When us civilian people that voted for these people to do this work are just like, like, come on, man. Like, seriously? I don't have to have a perfect education.
So we joke
I could do a better job than they can.
we joke around about how at work we get repair people sometimes, and that they have to come watch YouTube videos on how to do their job. Is the or Secret Service, are they watching YouTube videos on how to do their job?
I mean,
I don't know.
maybe they
man.
are because
I mean, are they at that level?
I mean, clearly they are because they can't even put their gun in their holster.
Yeah. Well, they hired.
Man, really?
I think they were all actors. They had to be all actors.
So when I was on vacation in Georgia, right, this is what happened. We were eating breakfast at the space and we were outside waiting. This had already happened, and then my son, I was like, "Come on, man, let's take a picture real quick." He was like, "I want to require your glasses." And he puts on his glasses and he's doing that this. He's got him going. I haven't posted it yet. That was better secure than the Secret Service. You know, like, come on, man. Like, you can do a better job protecting somebody like that. Oh, man, there's a guy with a gun. Boom, man, got you. Or you just you, brother.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man.
Speaking of shootout,
Kids nowadays, man, they with the Nerf guns and stuff like that, man. No, come around the corner and bop, get you out of nowhere, you know, like, you do a better job.
You got Nerf guns? Yeah.
Not yet, but
we do.
been talking about it.
We do. We got plenty of them. So anyway, speaking of shootout, here locally, something happened at the gas station the other night. I got a video here for that too. Let me see, where did it go? Let's here's video from the Indian River County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, Leo and watching it.
Jackson Dock.
51.
McDonald's 9495 108th Avenue, 9495108 Avenue, reference to a female that's being violent. It's a white female, Alex Brazula.
105 in Roswell.
2204.
2106 1097.
2206.
Block 70th. If they're close.
2005 to 2004. Can you get a talk 1 regards to 70th?
Twenty-one 6.
21-6.
98P Papa. There's some kind of disturbance at racetrack. I have a mail coming up on me. .2106, shots fired. Just had a man come at me with a knife. Suspect's down. Can I get another unit? .2106, gentleman's bleeding heavily, still conscious and breathing. Need another unit to assess, and I'll render aid.
2218. .2106, just make sure you secure him. We're on our way. Everybody drive safe. This road's nasty. Just want to make sure you're okay.
I'm 10-4. I just don't know if he has any other weapons. I don't want to get close enough to have him come at me again with a weapon.
Yeah, so that's pretty sad. I mean, the dude, I don't have the statistics on him, but I mean, it's not, he's a horrible fucking piece of shit. Supposedly he had ties to some like white supremacy gangs. He was a yeah, he was a self-proclaimed Nazi, and his wife or girlfriend had told authorities that on the way down, he had told her he was going to take out a Palm Bay cop on his way back or something like that, you know. So it's unfortunate. Mental health is a real issue. I mean,
He had stabbed the air mattress where they had been sleeping on. So then had stabbed other objects from the vehicle that was really there, you know.
Didn't you read that he
And
he
then I
attacked
guess
a couple other
he was
people?
attacking a couple other people at
Yeah.
the gas station. And that's how I guess the deputy heard the commotion with them going on across the street. I gotta give Indian County Sheriff Department like a big shout out. You know, like even though some of them people are, you know, nothing but BS people, but even though they're a brotherhood, they're gonna stick together. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. But in situations like this, I gotta give it to them. They did a badass job. You know, the officer. To me, he did what he was supposed to do. You know, somebody comes to me, was quick to react, especially in the weather at night. You can't see out there.
You got somebody coming at you to kill you. You gotta defend. You gotta defend
And the
yourself.
other thing too, you know, 44-year-old Hispanic is what I heard.
oh yeah, I heard he was 44.
44, and he has only been hired here in Indian County for 6 months.
Yeah, he came from Brevard County and then Cocoa Beach.
So I tell you, man, you know, it's not just what Indian River County teaches the deputies here, but it's also, you know, other counties too. You know, we also got to give props to wherever he came from too, because all his training wasn't just here. You know.
No, that's for sure. You know, it's pretty sad, but that cop, like, what, like, adrenaline has got to be, like, running for your life, and you're able to run while, you know, literally he was
Protecting
running
yourself.
and had to shoot the guy, you know. And it's unfortunate he had to take somebody's life, but
But the
You know.
thing too is like he wasn't even called for that.
yeah, he was across the street.
The cross the street,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
heard the commotion.
Right.
Let's see what's going on real quick. He shows up and all of a sudden he's being attacked. What do you do? And now this guy's shot.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the
Heavily bleeding.
and the guy walked up to you calmly and then didn't attack till you got out of your vehicle. You know what I mean? Like that's
So,
gonna
yeah.
freak you the hell out.
He had to react quick. Like, do I shoot? No shoot? What? Like his reactions and thinking had to be on point, and any little nothing could have gone wrong at that point.
Yeah. And I know
And nothing went wrong at that point.
I know my initial thought was, well, it would have been nice if you could have like shot him in the leg and took him out that way. But he's running from him,
Vince, but you know
running
what?
from him.
No, Vince.
If he's at a distance away, I mean that's the way you're supposed to do it. But when you're running for your life, you're running away from the threat, and you're having to shoot backwards. You know, you can't expect them to do that.
But I mean, think about it, Vince. Whenever we go to shooting range, they don't give us a man to shoot at.
No,
An
but
arm to shoot at.
I mean, typically if
You know, it's your torso, man. You're gonna
if you
torso
got the
torso.
yeah, but they're supposed to be taught if you got the if you're in the right ability, you can shoot to injure.
Right, but it was maybe he did shoot to injure. I mean, there you go, Vince. It's a fast reaction, man. He had to make that decision quick, and it had to be the right decision, and he did the right decision.
And getting shot in the leg, you can still bleed to death. That's for sure. You got a main artery running through your leg.
Like Mike said, how many rounds did he the magazine you go for it?
Well, like you said, they're kind of trained to when it's in self-defense in a situation like that. You watch most police videos where you've seen them have to shoot somebody. They don't usually just shoot once. Usually they're trained to empty their mag.
They were also saying that the guy had done time in a state prison as well. You know, he had a couple charges for domestic violence, something with child abuse or something like that as well. So he had a couple charges on him. You know,
Yeah.
he wasn't. I'm not gonna say he was a good guy. You know, but then there again, like Mike said, you know, he could have been going through some mental shit, man. You don't know. You know what the guy was going through. I mean, he's chasing over two guys that he doesn't even know in the parking lot with a knife.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. He was definitely ill, that's for sure.
Luckily, nobody else got hurt. You know, could you imagine?
Yeah.
If we got two other people that are hurt. Like, what could he have done? You know, like literally, like maybe decapitated these people. I mean, who knows?
Anyways, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with our stream. It doesn't look like our software's been working right, so we'll end up uploading this tonight, most likely. Anyways, you can find us on Rumble, Spotify, X, Facebook, YouTube. Am I missing something? So I want to move on from that dude. He was definitely ill. But he, you know, here was something I was gonna start throwing out there in the middle probably of our shows, which we're just past middle, I think. I don't really want to say it, but maybe like an FAFO segment where we just share a clip maybe we found throughout the week of a good example of fucking around and finding out. It's past your kids' bedtime. If they're listening to this show anyways, you should put on Bernie. Or Barney. What's it called? Anyways, here's an FAFO segment.
So Chaz thought it would be a good idea to mess with Kyle. Obviously, Chaz might be full of liquor courage, full of that malt liquor, and looks like he's about to give a bitch slap out of nowhere. And it looks like Kyle's about to step up with a two-piece, now three-piece combo. He's been waiting his whole life to pull off that combination that we normally see in video games. He probably pressed the triangle square button with a little bit of left and right, and booyah, the combination came out of nowhere. Instincts kicked in. Sure, Chaz
I thought he was gonna punch him one more time, and he surprised me with the roundabout.
Not on Kyle's watch. Comes in with a trigger treat, smell like beat his knees, buckle like a newborn deer. We'll take a closer finish him. Radio snaps back like a human as dispenser as he lays there in a puddle with his own soy piss.
That scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Finish him.
He hit the triangle button 3 times in the square and he slid right into it.
After the first 2 punches, I was expecting one more finish punch. And then he just does the freaking roundabout, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. We should
done.
probably do some of those. I don't know. I guess it's a reaction video, but it was pretty cool. Yeah, so what else out there in the news? We covered that. The
20th is coming up.
What is that?
Is the day to go vote.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Local
primary
election.
day for Florida, yeah. Or it's not just a primary, but a lot of offices will be settled on the 20th. So you can't just wait and think, I'll get it on November 5th. No, you're in our county. The county commissioner seats that are up for election will be settled on the 20th of August. The school board seats, the 2 very important school board seats, will be settled on August 20th. If you're a Republican, I don't know if the Democrats have this on their ticket either, but the Republicans will choose their state committeeman or state committeewoman on this election. Also, there might be 1 or 2 other ones. Tax collector, I think tax collector will be settled on this one. So it's an important election, and you should do your civic duty and go vote on August 20th if you haven't voted already, or if you can do the early voting, do the early voting. I don't know about the vote by mail. I don't have all the information in front of me, but if it's too late for that, don't do it. Go vote in person, even if it's at an early voting location.
I don't think you should be able to vote by mail in any election.
An absentee ballot should be,
unless it's
because you're absent, not just because you don't.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, there's certain situations, like some people that just are immobile, they have no legs or something. Yeah, I could understand like some handicap, but it's got to be not just, I mean, there's too many people that get handicap stickers because their eyes are bad, or you know what I mean? That's not talking about stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to be said about our voting practices in this country. It used to be you voted on voting day. The only people that got an absentee ballot were active duty soldiers, or not deployed, but active duty. Like if you couldn't be home in your hometown because you were serving in the military, you would get an absentee ballot. And then you could apply, but you didn't always get one. Now anybody can just go on the website and right, yeah, just so you can vote by mail.
Because you're lazy.
Yeah, I'm okay with moving on from just voting on election day, but I think there should be more factors to secure the one's identity and make sure you're not voting twice, or make sure you're not dead voting.
So what do you think if they would do voting through like online?
I think there's opportunity there. There's some countries that use blockchain, the same technology behind Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. They use blockchain because you can't fake anything. A transaction's a transaction.
But this year we're not going to be fake.
Yeah, well, they're getting desperate. They couldn't kill him. They couldn't beat him. Then they couldn't kill him. They couldn't lock him up. They couldn't beat him in the polls, so they had to fucking try to kill him, and they couldn't even do that right.
I'm still worried that they still might try to kill him.
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
I mean, I don't know if they're done with that.
He was pretty much warned, don't do any more outside events. Do smaller events and don't do them outside.
And do less of them.
Yeah.
Of course, they don't want them. They don't want him to, go out.
They're not trying to silence his ass too.
Yeah.
Oh, so, well, speaking of Trump rally, we got a couple more videos I want to play before we hit an hour. So, we just did our FAFO segment. So if you ever have any suggestions for that, shoot us a video. Send Leo the video. The one he picks, I'll put on there. Anyways. Rally goer. I got a rally goer video. This guy decided to test the waters and see what it would be like if he went to a Biden rally or a protest with a Trump shirt on. And he did it also to a Trump rally with a Biden shirt on. So let's take a look at this dude. This was on Twitter. I couldn't give credit to him because actually Elon Musk shared it, but it wasn't. The creator wasn't tagged.
I haven't seen it, but I bet he's treated better wearing the Biden shirt at a Trump rally than vice versa.
You think so?
I'm curious. Yeah.
I don't know about them gun-toting Bible thumpers. Let's take a look.
As this guy goes to a Biden protest in a Trump shirt and a Trump event in a Biden shirt. You can clearly see the difference between Trump and Biden supporters.
I'm right into the Biden protest with a Trump shirt. Get your ass across the street. What the f*** is everyone so hostile?
Go over there with your people.
You guys are my people. Look.
No, you're not. You're a Trump supporter.
No, Biden says children, not Trump. No, stop. Don't snitch. Stop, I'm blending in. No. Why is everyone so angry? I'm just walking the sidewalk. You see how much hate it is over here? It's a public sidewalk. I feel like I'm gonna get jumped out. Oh, man. So when you poured water on me, did it make you feel happy? Yeah. I have to change shirts. Can I hide behind you? Okay. Okay. I was feeling crazy today. Hey, come on. It's just so much more respect over here. I'm here for my favorite president, Biden 2024. I want to.
Sorry, I lost my scene there. Yeah, it should have been on a loop, but that was the end of the video. Yeah, he was definitely treated better at a Trump rally, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And you wouldn't believe that if you watched mainstream media or listened to Kamala Harris or Charlene Jackson, the senator, or Chuck Schumer. They all say, Trump supporters are evil or they're violent and whatnot. But their newest narrative, have you heard what they are calling J.D. Vance, the VP pick, and Trump and all that?
I heard it. Yeah.
The new narrative.
What is it?
They're referring to everything they do as weird.
Oh, yeah,
If you look at all like these news articles, they keep mentioning weird. Well, that's weird.
Do you want to talk about weird?
So I got a weird video that somebody else had put together, and I'll play that for us real quick once I find it here.
Are saying, let's just plain, some of what he and his running mate are saying, let's just plain weird.
These guys are just weird. That's where they are. As weird and creepy as J.D. Vance. Super weird idea from J.D. Vance.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. They're just plain weird.
Just plain weird. Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird. They come across weird, and then they start being weird. Yeah, they're weird.
Being a really weird.
He's such a weirdo.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate, they're weird. Deeply and profoundly weird. They are weird.
These Republicans just being weird, it's just weird. It's really weird.
Republican weirdness goes even deeper.
He said a lot of things that are weird, a weird style that he brings, weird policies.
Let's start with the weird thing, because it is a thing.
Just plain weird.
What was weird was talking about Diet Mountain Dew. Who drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
You ever seen the guy laugh? That seems very weird to me that an adult can go through 6.5 years of being in the public eye. If he has laughed, it's at someone, not with someone. That is weird behavior.
Weird and cultish.
These are weird people on the other side.
He kind of doubled down on his weird ideas.
I think weird is probably generous.
Simply weird. These guys are just plain weird.
Vance as weird?
You know, as the campaign said, weird.
It really is just plain weird.
J.D. Vance, plain weird.
No, I mean, I don't know how else you could read it.
Weird. It is kind of weird.
We're not afraid of weird people.
The other side, they're just weird.
Why are you being so weird?
Vance has done something more extreme, more weird.
No matter what kind of weird stuff they keep saying.
Trump and Vance are just weird, in addition to being dangerous to democracy.
It's the weird part that's the most engaging.
Whom he addressed as my beautiful Christians, which was super weird.
Weird tech bro, J.D. Vance.
He's a weird guy.
J.D. Vance, uneasy and sort of weird.
Frankly, for lack of a better word, that he's weird.
Sarcastic remarks that aren't even funny, and he kind of shows that he can't really deliver a one-liner.
So, Sam,
Yeah, you tell me what's weird. You tell me Biden having transvestite barbecue on the White House lawn, or Kamala Harris taking selfies with who the hell knows what that was. You know, you tell me what's weird. J.D. Vance is he's a millennial, so he's of a younger generation. He'll be the first millennial on the ticket for VP, or on the national ticket. And then a guy we work with had told me a bunch of firsts that J.D. Vance would be the first bearded vice president in, like, I don't know, 120 years or something like. I don't freaking know, man. But anyways, I don't have any video on him, but there's some rumors going around about from when he was in college, what the frat boys would do, and it's just like none of it's relevant to me.
No,
you know, nobody is who they were 20 years ago.
They're
not at a younger age, at least.
Democratic Party, they're trying to say that Trump already regrets selecting him, which that's bullshit. They're just all the bullshit they're putting out there.
Not a lot of Republicans are happy though, or a lot of the
but most of them
conservatives aren't very happy with the J.D. Vance.
The rhinos. In most cases.
Not all.
I would say he might have
he might have secured the older crowd of Republicans, but the newer America First Republicans aren't 100% behind Vance to take the helm. But I don't know. This is his chance to prove them all wrong. So they say it's a nod to the CIA because his ties to the military and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So who knows? I do know Trump always surrounded himself with loyal military men.
Right. So far, I like him, but I'm not gonna lie. I worry if we can fully trust him. You look what happened with his last vice president, which I know that was a different type of selection, but he certainly didn't support Trump. And the Democrats like to plant people or buy people out. I just hope he can trust them. That's the question mark that we'll have to wait and see. Is he really going to be the next after Trump? Is he really going to be the one to lead, make America great again?
Hold on here. Let me see if I can't.
I don't know, man. He's just bring these people together and make them understand that.
What's that?
That we're gonna make some money, man, regardless of whatever we do, man. If everybody's here to put a little bit more money in the bank account, a little bit more money in the wallet, they're gonna just run this thing. They run it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like
Kind of weird. That's weird. Hold on.
That's weird, Leo, that you would want more money in your pocket. That is very weird.
Is that weird?
Yeah. Is it weird that you don't want pornography in schools, Leo?
Weird. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good way to do this. Bear with me just a minute here.
What are you trying to do, Mike?
I want to share J.D. Vance's Wikipedia page, and this is it. So I wanted to make sure we were still on camera. So, James David Vance, born in 1984. Wow, better known, and to think he could be the next president.
84?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's I don't know.
He's young. He's younger than
It's like
younger than
39, maybe 39. Better known as J.D. Vance, is an American politician, former corporate lawyer, author, and Marine veteran, serving since 2023 as the junior United States Senator from Ohio. Member of the Republican Party, Vance is Donald Trump's running mate and the Republican nominee for vice president in the 2024 United States presidential election. Kind of weird that I can't see that. After graduating from Middleton High. Yeah, 39.
Man, that is. Could you imagine being a 39-year-old man and saying, well, that's good though, man. We need some young meat up in there.
Yeah. I definitely would prefer to see our presidents a little younger than what we've been seeing lately. I mean, Trump has still got his head on his shoulders, but after going through.
Did he go to military?
Yeah,
Vance, he was a high branch of the military.
I encourage you to read his page. He didn't have the best upbringing, and joining the military is probably the best thing he ever did for him.
So his mother died when he was young. His father was, I guess, a deadbeat and had nothing to do with him. So his grandmother raised him. She basically lived off like food stamps. There was times where they'd go to bed. She didn't get to eat, but she made sure he ate. So he came up from a very poor upbringing, and he went into the military. And I can't remember. He was a pretty high up branch in the military. Well respected. Can't remember which one. And then he ended up through the military going to college at Yale, and that's where he met his wife.
Yeah, and he wrote a book. What was it called? Hillbilly something.
Something like that. Yeah, and it was supposed to. I guess it was a very successful book.
Yeah.
It was a bestseller.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. I don't know. There's always going to be naysayers. Some of them are my friends too. So, but I can't discount the guy either.
Like, okay, the guy he's a human, man. Like, he's gonna do these things. He's gonna go out and have fun. Get it out of your system. Get it all out, so that when you are in position like you're gonna be now, you don't have to worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't criticize me and sit there and tell me that I did this. Yeah, you're right. I did do it.
You talking about what they're saying, like when he went out with the boys in college and shit like that.
So what?
Yeah. I mean,
He's a human. He's a teenager. He's a college kid. You're
I
gonna do those things.
Probably did worse than what he did in college when I was in high school.
You know, like come on, man. Like don't.
Or lunch break.
Oh, you right?
Just kidding.
You know, like don't get the guy because he was living life.
Yeah.
And damn if you do and damn if you don't. You know, what if he was just sitting behind the computer doing homework?
You know what?
Be like, oh, this guy was just sitting at home doing homework.
That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. The people want normal people in these positions. I don't want somebody that grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth that never experienced things in life. I want somebody that lived and made mistakes, did some stupid shit, and learned from it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Got your ass whooped. You know, and like I tell my kids, you know, if anything happens, man, get back up. Just get back up and keep going, man. Like don't stop. You know, like shit. We live in the best country in the entire world, and these people just aggravate me. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you know, like.
And with his
Go visit somewhere else where it's bad. You think
Right.
we have it bad here? Go somewhere else, man. Like go
With-
somewhere else. Why do you think people want to come here? Because it's good. But if we keep going the way we're going, people are not gonna want to come here.
Yeah. Look at his background. Like I just said, he came up from very poor, dirt poor, no mother, no father in his life. That's the American dream. That's what we're talking about. You should be able to come up from nothing and become something. I don't know. What he's come through, I have a lot of respect for him. I mean, we'll see how he does. I'm not saying he's definitely not gonna be perfect. He's still young. He's younger than we are.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean,
you guys. Not me.
yeah. But
He's 3 years older than me, but I just couldn't put myself in his shoes though. You know what I'm saying? Like so young and be running this. If anything happens, I'm standing right next to the president of the United States, and I'm the vice president, boy. What's up?
Yeah,
that would be weird to be standing right next to Donald Trump.
I'd be showing up with my beard, and you know, make sure I have a beard picker that fits my beard all day. I'd be showing up with my shirts.
I was gonna say,
because
you think we could wear our shirts? Because I got the one with the middle fingers.
Well, I don't know if I could wear like shirts like.
That's what the CIA.
You know what though? The best thing I could see, let's say that this would be epic. You're vice president, right? Something happens to the president, God forbid. You now become the president of the United States, and you got to do some shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, okay, it's his term, but you know, you're still gonna have to carry out the agenda. So, I mean, just do what you got to do, and then you can wear the shirt that says "Don't blame me. I voted for the other guy."
Oh,
Yeah, but hey, yeah.
I would tell people, you know, like, I'm not gonna physically tell you. You could just read my shirts. I'll have like a shirt designer.
Yeah.
You know, and like, oh, you want to know what I'm thinking? Just read my shirt. You want to really know what I'm thinking? Just read my shirt.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it would be.
I'm not gonna tell you through microphone or through whatever because then you're gonna accuse me. Just read my shirt.
It'll be interesting and exciting almost to have a millennial in a position like that. Now, the biggest worry I feel, like the anxiety I get with generations to come, is the breakdown of tradition. Because I mean, this country is only a few hundred years old. The tradition really isn't seeded for centuries like it would be in the UK or something like that. So you would hope that what tradition we do have, what culture we do have, they maintain the integrity. But the sad part is you keep electing liberals.
Oh, then it's definitely gonna be gone.
You're like the one picture at the end of the weird video with all the like the one dude we covered on here was a government official that was stealing women's luggage, and that one picture was him in high heels and a skirt holding three other dudes with animal masks on and collars and leashes in his hand.
What other president and current vice president, like, name anybody else at that level that you can show pictures of that kind of bullshit? And I mean, that's not AI. There's gonna the naysayers, that's AI, or they're gonna say, oh, what's wrong with that? That's what they're really gonna say. But back to your tradition thing, at least with J.D. Vance, his military background, hopefully that will. A lot of times, military guys are usually pretty traditional, so hopefully.
Right. I don't really know too much about him. I'll have to go do a little research on him.
Yeah, he was, I think, a Navy SEAL. I can't.
I'm not sure. It said there on the page, but
he, I don't know.
That's pretty good though. You know, we got someone.
It's I was rooting for Vivek.
He also has a lot of
Vivek.
responsibility.
Me too.
Vivek.
Me too. Yeah.
He also has a lot of responsibility on his shoulder too. Now, if anything
Right.
fucking hurts to pay him, there's hope it's not. But I for sure, when I speak, I speak.
Hopefully, Vivek can still have a very big part in Trump's plan, though.
Yeah. Well, so
There's-
here it says, after graduating from Middleton High School, Vance joined the U.S. Marine Corps, where he served from 2003 to 2007 as a combat correspondent with 6 months in Iraq. He then attended Ohio State University, graduating in 2009. Vance graduated from Yale in 2013. And then in 2016, his best-selling memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, received considerable press attention during the 2016 election and was adapted into a feature film in 2020. I'll have to look that up. Vince won the 2022 United States Senate election in Ohio, defeating Democrat nominee Tim Ryan. Initially opposed to Donald Trump's candidacy in 2016 election, Vance has become a strong Trump supporter since Trump's presidency. In July 2024, Trump nominated Vance as his running mate at the Republican National Convention. He is the first Marine veteran to be nominated for vice president. On social issues, Vance has promoted strongly conservative policies opposing abortion, same-sex marriage, and gun control, and has proposed banning transgender health care for minors. That's not weird. He differs from mainstream Republican views on market interventions, taxes, the minimum wage, unionization, tariffs, and antitrust policy, while opposing American military aid to Ukraine.
Also, I saw a statistic. They showed all his, so you can see what he's been voting for since he's been in office. Every single vote that he's ever done that had anything to do with Second Amendment laws has been in favor of protecting our Second Amendment rights. He has never once voted in anything that takes our rights away in the Second Amendment.
But it goes to the political, it goes to speak for the political climate and the atmosphere in this country, locally and nationally. Media pushes the narrative. They can lie over and over and over again about a group of people or a person, and they just, once they say it, they speak it into existence. It's out there. It doesn't just go away. We've learned nothing just goes away. This Project 2025. Somebody, another coworker had asked me about this Project 2025, Trump's Project 2025, and asked about, I forget what their question was, but there's so many lies about this project, and it's not Trump's project. The Heritage Foundation, every election season, comes out with this new paper, and in it details what changes need to be made to bring it back to the conservative valued nation that we once had. And here is the guy with Glenn Beck, the actual author of it from the Heritage Foundation, disposing some of the lies. And keep in mind, this is not Trump's 2025 agenda. Trump has spoken in favor of some of the, like, obviously some of the views and points in it align with Trump's, but it's not a paper he wrote. He didn't adopt it. Here's Glenn Beck with the author from the Heritage Foundation. I can't think of the guy's name, but here you go.
I run through some true and false, because these are the things that are being said about it. I just want to know if this is true or false. Sure. In Project 2025, there is a call to end no-fault divorce. True or false?
False.
Complete ban on abortions without exceptions. True or false?
Extraordinarily false.
Ban contraceptives. True or false?
False.
Higher taxes for the working class.
False. Well, the exact opposite.
Additional tax breaks for corporations and the 1%.
False.
Elimination of unions and worker protections. My gosh, look at what they're saying.
I know. So false.
Social Security.
False.
Raise the retirement age.
False.
End the Affordable Care Act.
False.
Raise prescription drug prices.
False.
Eliminate the Department of Education.
True, my friend. That's the one thing they get right.
Love that. Use public taxpayer money for private religious schools. True or false?
False.
Teach Christian religious beliefs in public schools.
False. We understand it's a pluralistic country. We love those schools, but that's up to people to decide.
End civil rights and DEI protections in government.
Well, we definitely want to end DEI nonsense, but obviously the great thing about Project 2025 is that we're restoring civil rights, if anything.
Ban books and curriculum about slavery.
False.
Ending climate projections or protections.
Well, the ones that aren't based on science will come to an end, but we certainly understand the value of science in protecting the environment.
I got to tell you, this is why we're doing a whole show on it. What they're saying about this is incredible. What it is, it's not. You can find it at heritage.org or
Yeah, so you can see all those lies that, they're going to do away with abortion, and they're going to do away with contraceptives. And it's like, all this is just lies. It's lies to to misinform the impoverished groups in society, the less educated, the less informed. The
impressionable.
Right. Not even the less educated, just the less informed. People who don't want to pay attention to politics, all they hear is people in their circles say, they're going to ban contraceptives.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Especially if you have a daughter coming of age and it's like, what? Banning abortion, banning contraceptives. It's like, this is not.
I just kind of imagine myself like some 18-year-old kid, right? Or I'm getting ready to, let's just say I'm just old enough to vote. This is my first time I'm going to vote. Every channel that I turn to, I'm hearing about how horrible Trump is, how horrible everything they're going to do is. So, and then you go on the computer, you do your Google searches and stuff. It's bringing up the narrative that they want you to see. It's bringing up the narrative they want you to see on just about every channel on TV, unless you happen to go to Newsmax. I mean, there's hardly anything on TV that's not negative narrative against Trump. So you're this young, impressionable kid. This is all you see. And you're sitting here thinking, oh my God, this guy's absolutely horrible. This guy's the devil, they're telling me.
Yeah, well,
I'm not. I'm not 40 years old or older and have some experience and understand that not everything you see is true. Just imagine just some young, impressionable kid that's just, this is all they see.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. And, I can see a lot of kids not being privy to that kind of stuff. If their parents don't listen to it or watch it, I happen to. So I try to explain that kind of stuff to my kids. If they hear certain stories that I'm listening to, I don't want them to think the world is entirely bad, but I also want them to grow up with values that represent mine and my father's and our heritage, our culture, Right. So I do want to explain to them at the earliest age possible. And this nonsense about talking about politics drives me crazy. Like, they say, you don't bring up politics. No, you're supposed to bring up politics. How else could you destroy a society other than by not talking about politics? Of course, you need to hold your brethren accountable for some nonsense views they might have. They might not know any better, so it's not entirely their fault. They're stupid. But, I mean, there's got to be ways to get to some of these people and just be like, hey man, this is what I believe and this is why. I don't believe there was some Russian collusion, and obviously, look, there was no Russian collusion, and I don't believe he was involved in anything shady or whatever. Whether it's Trump or not, the identity politics, I think, is overrunning true values and the narrative they want you to hear is what they're going to tell you over and over again in the news. Just like the weird, where everything's weird. They're painting this guy out to be weird. Who are they painting him out to be weird to? The older generations? Because if you're a younger generation and you're like, what do you mean weird? What's the weirdest thing he did? He got drunk at a frat party? Well, wait a minute. What? That's kind of like the kind of guy I like, So, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that, but it's weird. Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't leave the subject, but just in general, talk about politics. Tell your family who you're voting for and tell them why. And if you think they're wrong, don't be afraid to tell them. You don't have to alienate them. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be mean. but
be
politics is
civil.
something that should be brought up when the opportunity arises. You don't want to be an asshole or annoying either.
Right.
But somebody had made the comment. We recently did a small write-up for Olivia's hair in Vero Beach, and they were known for what that's not what they're known for, but what brought them a lot of social media attention is during the pandemic, there was a drawing on the wall, the chalkboard of an old Christmas truck, and on the Christmas truck door it said, "Let's go Brandon." Well, that pissed off a whole lot of people that took to social media. So during doing this write-up, I learned from the owner, Peter Conti, that they lost 60% of their business after that. Like, it was pretty rough for them. And but in turn, looking back, they've increased past that loss. So they've gotten more valuable customers, you know.
Right.
So one of the comments on the post was politics shouldn't be brought up, food should be food. And then he commented again something about there's no question as to where they stand when you walk in their restaurant. You know, that it shouldn't be like they were bashing on them. And it's just like, I prefer to know who I'm doing business with.
Right.
Not to say I wouldn't do business. I wouldn't go eat at a Democrat's restaurant or whatnot, or buy from a Democrat. It's
But
just,
I might be more likely to
I'm
visit.
not going to buy from a Democrat who wants to touch little kids.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Plan B. How they always have a Plan B when they're planning to be successful. Whenever I can't head up anything else, then I'm gonna head up the Plan B restaurant. You know?
Yeah.
Have to do. That's what they do.
Yeah, it's just, you know, but my point to the guy was, I'm going to frequent places that I know have values consistent with my own.
Right.
Not to say I won't do business with a friend of mine who thinks opposite politically, but then again, they wouldn't be a friend of mine if I questioned their integrity. So it's not like I'm shutting all Democrats out. I don't think they're all completely dumb. They're just not very smart. Sorry if you're listening, but I mean, if you voted for Biden, I'm not sorry.
And if you would still vote for him, I'm definitely not sorry.
Anyways, that's all I got. We've been going on probably now for an hour, and I think we definitely covered all the videos I got. If you liked the FAFO segment, or like I said, shoot us a message, send Leo some video clips or something like that, and maybe we'll rotate it every week or something like that. We'll try to get a new one in there every week, long or short. Either way, don't forget to follow us on Rumble.
Give us a share. Definitely like and share.
A like and a share. Where at?
All our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter,
YouTube,
Rumble, Spotify, Apple Pay.
Yeah. You can support us by visiting Indian River Connections, and even just visit the pages, thumb through the website, check it out. If you see anything that looks stupid, let me know. I put a lot of time into it, so I know how to fix it if something's not right. And we'd enjoy if you got on there and checked out the apparel. Check out the other podcasts too. There's room for more. So if you are a digital creator or you want to push out your stuff also, let's get together and we can talk. We actually are following up on a lead that's more for Indian River Connections than it is To The Point. But as far as local farming and stuff like that goes, so stay tuned. Also, if you are watching us because you've caught on to us from the Pete's, Olivia's write-up, stay tuned because there will be a video coming out soon featuring Pete and their story, a little more in depth and a little more personal, and maybe some customer testimonials. Who knows? We'll see. So stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to check out the 2 videos I did. The one I really sucked at was with Jennifer Pippin from Moms for Liberty, and then the other one me and Joanne Binford did with Rebecca Boone, who is John Hearton's wife, who's running for Congress District 8 in Florida. Check them out. If you're in this area, check out John Hearton. He's definitely not a rhino. wanting to do this for a career. So, IndianRiverConnections.com, you can find all that information. You can also find the other podcasts and the other guys too. So,
and you told them to give us a like. If you don't like us, just comment that we're weird down below.
Yeah, maybe we'll run a promo code on the internet, #weird or weird 2024 or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how to do that yet. So
I want a shirt, Mike. I'm weird.
Yeah, weird. All right. Should we lead out with the FAFO segment again? Why not, right? Where did it go? Here it is.
So Chaz thought it would be a good idea to mess with Kyle. Obviously, Chaz might be full of liquor courage, full of that malt liquor, and looks like he's about to get a bitch slap out of nowhere. And it looks like he's about to step up with a two-piece, now three-piece combo. Bro's been waiting his whole life to pull off that combination that we normally see in video games. He probably pressed the triangle square button with a little bit of left and right, and booyah, the combination came out of nowhere. Instincts kicked in. Sure, Chaz is used to pulling people around, but not today. Not on Kyle's watch. Comes in with a trick-or-treat, smell like fetus knees, buckle like a newborn deer. We'll take a closer look. Booyah! Radio snaps back like a human Pez dispenser as he lays there.
He goes. Credit to Steve Einman. He narrated it. So, peace out.
Do it live. Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.